All right, so good day, everybody. As discussed, this will be our next topic for the global tourism. So, we've traveled from the different countries such as South Asia, East Asia, North Asia, and Central Asia. So, we are done as well with Australia or Oceania. So, next topic or next destinations that we are going to travel is um, to USA and Canada. So these are the next countries that we will dig upon at the discussion that we are going to have today. So as discussed, you have to ready your pen and paper because we will be having an activity or not an icebreaker game, an activity as part of our discussion. So can I have a reaction if everybody is already settled? All right, so let's begin our travel to US and Canada. So, what is the activity that you're going to do today? So, it is an individual activity, and at the end of the game, okay, you are already familiar with this, you will get your ultimate reward at the end of this activity. So, the activity that you're going to do today is this. You have to find all the hidden codes and cipher it to answer the riddle. So, at the end of the discussion, merong bugtong or merong riddle. And the answer to the riddle will be uh, get doon sa mga codes na makikita nyo along the way on our discussion. So, ma'am, ano po yung mga codes na hahanapin namin? Codes pwedeng letter, numbers, symbols, okay, or anything that is unusual to my presentation. Do you follow, guys? Question. None. So I guess everybody follows the activity. I'm not going to repeat the activity for those who entered just now. Okay, so again, just get the codes and cipher it at the end of our discussion. So kailangan linawan ng mata at tingnan maigi ang PowerPoint presentation. Ano kaya yung code na nandun sa bawat slide? Or saang slide nandun yung code? Let's begin. Okay, so first is let's travel to America. Okay, so the United States of America. Does anyone know the capital of America? Anyone from the group? Yes, Jana. Very good. So Washington, D.C. class is the capital of America, meaning all of the uh, boosting economic infrastructures, economies, bustling industries, hotels, restaurants, medical facilities are placed under Washington, D.C. Okay, so why Washington, D.C. is the capital of United States of America? Just simply because all of the infrastructures, bustling economic activities are present in this city. Again, you have to find unusual codes, okay, per slide. So, can you give me a reaction if we are good to proceed? Good. Okay, so our um tourism tagline for America is the United States, all within your reach. Okay, so that's their tourism tagline. And yung emblem or yung symbol ng kanilang tourism tagline is eagle or bald eagle. Ito, as you can see dito sa screen. Why do you think so? Anong koneksyon ng bald eagle or ng eagle sa tourism tagline ng US? And this bald eagle is also their national bird. Anyone who can give his or her perspective? Yes, yes siya. Okay, very good. So, thank you, Yesha. So, correct, class. Bald eagle, hindi naman talaga siya bald. Okay, pag sinabi natin kasing bald is kalbo, so hindi. So, kaya siya tinawag na bald eagle. Yung may head part niya kasi ay kulay white. Okay, so, it represents na distinct yung color ng head ng eagle. And as mentioned by Yesha, tama siya, bald eagle representing the tourism tagline of the USA because bald eagle, as I mentioned, is the national bird of USA. And as we know, eagle represents courageousness, meaning it has or it have a massive strength and eyesight. And if ihahalin tulad mo siya sa US, so USA is one of the powerful or the powerful country in the world. That's why bald eagle is their emblem. Okay, so now let's move to some information and facts about United States. Okay, so what are some of the notable um, facts about United States? First is United States of America composed of 50 states. Okay? When we say 50 states, edi parang katulad sa atin, mga provinces. Okay? But they are calling it states. Okay? But, ma'am, what's the difference between provinces and states? So, mas malalaki yung land area or yung what do you call this, space ng sa United States of America. So again, there are a total of 50 states in United States of America. So yung 49th is yung Alaska. Okay, and yung 50 is yung Hawaii. Okay, tandaan, the 49th states in US is Alaska, and the 50th naman is yung pinakahuling sumali sa Union is yung Hawaii. Okay? And also, just to give you an idea, each state in United States of America has a unique history, culture, and nickname. So, meron silang mga nickname. Ma'am, saan po kinukuha yung nickname nila? So, yung nickname nila is kung ano yung maraming um, resources meron yung states, yun yung nickname nila. But we do not need to discuss all of the 50 states kasi aabutin tayo ng Pasko bago natin matapos. All you need to understand is United States of America have 50 states and Alaska is the 49th, and ang pinakahuling sumali sa Union ay yung Hawaii. Okay? So, let's move forward. Talasan ng mata so that you can see all of the codes. Next. United States of America is the largest country in the world. Okay? Third largest country in the world. So, ang pinaka malaki is yung China, followed by, ang pinakamalaki is Canada, and then followed by Russia. Okay, so when it comes to land area, so it has a total of 9,826,630 square kilometers. Okay, so again, largest country is Russia, second is Canada, and third is USA. Class, huwag kayong malilito. Ma'am, sabi niyo po, ang pinakamalaki po ay Asia. Continent yon. Okay, ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon ay country, bansa lamang. Okay? Do you still follow, everybody? Hindi ko kasi kayo nakikita sa screen. Okay, good. Next. USA is also having the largest economy in the world. Okay, in 2024, USA had the largest economy in the world. So there are a total of 29 trillion US dollars. Okay, and ang pangalawa naman is yung China with a total of 18.5 trillion. So hindi natin mapagkakailaklas that USA is one of the powerful countries in the world. Lalo na kapag titingnan natin yung ekonomiya nila. Okay, and as you can see naman, if nanonood kayo ng different news, okay, there are a lot of investments being done in this country. okay, together with the other countries in different part of the world. Also, US is the home to the largest film industry in the world. So you are familiar naman with um, different largest film studios, yung mga producers such as Universal Pictures, Paramount Pictures, Warner Bros, Walt Disney's, Sony Pictures. Those are the biggest producer in the world. Okay, so and there are a lot of American films that we also watch and watching. Anyone who does know or watch any American film? I want other hands, class. This is your self experience and recitation as well. So I want others to answer as well. Anyone? Aside from Yesha, may I call on Tabuena? Any American film that you know? Alome, are you there? None? How about Almira Kubkubin? American film that you know. Very good. So Marvel movies are part of American film. Thank you. How about Casimero? Ah, okay, very good. So thank you. Next. Schools and science in America. So there are a lot of prestigious schools and laboratory facilities in America. So as you watch the different movies, 'di ba? Lagi meron silang mga lab, meron silang mga exploration, meron silang mga researches, and those are true enough in reality. And prestigious schools in the world are located as well in America. In fact, class, in 2022, US ranked 16th out of 81 countries in science and pang 34 naman sila sa math. Okay? Give me schools located in America. Those prestigious schools that you know. Olis. Very good. Cheska. Princeton. How about Yesha? Stanford. Very good. How about Bustria? Columbia. Very good. Shannon. MIT. Very good. So those are the countries that are well known to their exceptional and excellent services when it comes to education. And when you enter in those schools, so you are part of the prestige students. Imagine you're going to go to you're going to study in Harvard, in Princeton. Okay, so those are some of the countries uh, schools in America that are well known not only in their country but around the world. Next, strongest military power. So, 'di ba nga there are always negotiation when it comes to um military power sa America because they have the most powerful military system in the world and extensive training as well because the government of America invests a huge budget when it comes to their weapons, naval presence, technology, and mind you, class, they have nuclear arsenal. Okay, so they can really fight countries that are trying to invade them. And sila nga yung invader, 'di ba? When they invade us years back ago. So it seems that they are really have the strongest military power. Okay? Next, the US was first country to land on the moon. So, ano yung gamit nila when they land to the moon? That's the Apollo 11 mission. Does anyone know who is the first person landed in the moon? Daphne. Perfect. Very good. So Neil Armstrong class is the first person, kasama niya si Buzz Aldrin. Sila yung unang tao na nakalakad sa lunar surface ng buwan. Okay, so those are the things that you just need to remember. Next, a quick look at American history. So paano ba nagsimula ang America? So, America became an independent country in 1776. Okay, it started as a small group of colonies, eventually grew into 50 states. So yun nga yung diniscuss natin kanina. And over time, class, as times goes by, same with the other countries, they also evolve and develop. Okay, but there are conflicts and social movements that shapes their history. Maraming pinagdaanan yung bansang Amerika, and they faced a lot of challenges from their presidents, okay, from the different events happened in their country. And one of the notable things that has happened in America is the invention of telephone. Who do you know is the inventor of telephone, class? Who invented the telephone? Almira. Perfect. Good. So, the one and only Alexander Graham Bell, class, is the one who invented telephone. So, pagdating nung 1876, class, nagkaroon ng nag-revolutionize yung communications natin. Because way back before, we do not have technology to call our relatives or our family when you are apart. Imagine you are here in the Philippines and your family is located in different part of the world. So all you need to do is letters. And it took a lot of years or weeks and months and days bago mo ma-receive yung letters na yon. And you do not know what is happening to them real time. But as Alexander Graham Bell took place, revolutionizing the communication industry, nung na-invento niya yung telephone, then nagkaroon tayo ng communications at ease. So, mas napadali yung communication natin nung sinimulan niya yung invention na yon. Okay? And aside dun sa milestone na yon, class, there are a lot of things and events happened in the USA that shapes not only the Philippines but also around the world. Anyone who can give me mga notable experience in US? I want other hands. Who wants to share aside from Yesha? Hold on ka muna, Yesha. I just want to hear from others. Use your Google to search, class, so that you can share to this group. What's some of the notable event happened in the US? Nan? May I call on Judy? Very good. So, first African American president is the former president of the USA, which is Barack Obama. Okay? Next, Bernadette. Very good. Perfect. So, that's one of the notable event happened in the US that collapses not only their economy but the safety and security of the people on that country. Okay? So, sino ang may gawa? Yung Al-Qaeda. Yung Al-Qaeda is, they are terrorists. Okay? A total of 19 terrorists na hinijack nila yung passenger plane. And then, as mentioned by Bernadette, a suicide ngayon. So, binangga nila doon sa building ng World Trade Center. Allow me to show you the video of this 9/11 attack. For those who are sensitive with this kind of situation, you may not opt to watch the video, but for those who can watch the video, you can watch it. Disclaimer, there are sounds, there are voices coming through the real persons who are riding the plane. Okay, so merong photo and hearing sensitivity. So here you go.
American 11, are you trying to call?
The cockpit is not answering their phone. Our number 1 has been staffed and our 5 has been staffed.
I am going to call from Washington. I am in a situation with American 11, a possible hijack.
What's going on, Betty? The aircraft is erratic again. Problem, very erratic. Betty, talk to me. Betty, are you there? Betty? Betty?
A plane just What? The 737?
Did what?
The World Trade
Who are you
Center.
talking to?
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
United 175, New York. We have some problems over here right now. We might have a hijack over here, 2 of them. Jules, this is Ryan. Lives on an airplane that's been hijacked. If things don't go well, and it's not looking good, I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to do good. So have a good time. Same to my parents and everybody. And I just totally love you, and I'll see you later. Bye, babe.
What are those people gonna do? All the elevators are blocked out.
Oh my God. So both towers are now.
Okay, I got an aircraft 6 miles east of the White House.
Hello?
Crystal City, just north of Crystal City.
Just to the north of your town.
Yeah, stop all departures.
Pentagon just got hit. Don't say that. God damn it, I can't even protect my NCA.
All right, so I would like to post the video on that place. Now, I have a question on you. In global tourism, we are not only focusing on the wonders of nature, okay? We also want to see these kinds of events. And as part of the tourism industry of in the future, you'll become part of the hospitality and tourism industry. You'll become a flight attendant and a cabin crew. And there are a lot of crews died in this hijack attack, flight attendants and pilots as well. If you were in that scenario, what will you do and why? Anyone who would like to answer? Bernadette. Where? Okay, very good. So this situation is uncontrollable. But the bottom line of this is when you are part of the tourism industry and you become a flight attendant in the future, it's not all about luxury and glamour and traveling because you are in the service industry. That's why meron kayong training, the safety and security of your passenger. So as mentioned by Bernadette, since uncontrollable siya, you will just accept your fate. But as you goes through in this video. So, mahaba kasi siya, so hindi ko na tinapos. The cabin crews and the pilots of these two planes who were hijacked were very calm. Okay, they still take good care of their passenger until their last breath. Okay, so this is one of the dark events happened in the USA, the 9/11 attack at the World Trade Center. Moving forward, class is their government. So government of US is the same with ours. Okay, there are democracy when it comes to voting and electing of their people in the government. So they have their checks and balances. When we say checks and balances, there are different cabinets in each state. So merong namumuno sa bawat states. Meron silang sariling government. And mind you, the government of USA, their constitution, okay, yun yung pinakamatanda at pinakamaikling constitution na naisulat sa buong mundo. Total words lang is 4,400 words. Sa atin kasi, 'di ba, yung 1987 Constitution, I believe meron kayong ganun on your first year. Ang kapal niya. But itong Constitution ng US, 4,400 words lang yung kanilang Constitution. Okay? And their president is none other than si Donald Trump. Next is who lives in America. So there are a total of 330 million people living in the US and making one of the populous countries in the world. So isa sa may pinakamaraming taong naninirahan sa mundo ay ang Amerika. But most of them speak English. Okay? So since melting pot din itong Amerika, maraming naninirahan different nationalities. Okay? Kasi meron silang tinatawag na residency or yung tinatawag nating green card na ginagrant sa mga foreign nationals na magtrabaho at manirahan sa US as long as you are qualified with their requirements. Okay? So again, there are a total of 330 people living in US. Moving forward. Culture and tradition of the United States. Okay, so ano-ano nga ba yung mga kultura at tradisyon ng mga taong naninirahan sa US? So we have, una, dito nagsimula yung mga kanta like jazz, blues, rock, hip-hop, and Hollywood films as we discussed. Also, sports in the USA. So they love playing football, okay, baseball, okay, and also they are winning a lot of golds during the Olympic Games, and basketball as well are popular in USA. Next. American cuisine, so diverse din yung mga pagkain sa Amerika, pero yung mga Americans mahilig sila sa burgers and hot dogs. That's why most of them or karamihan sa kanila ay medyo mataas yung timbang or yung iba is obese kasi nga ay mataas lagi sa carbohydrates, calories. So yan. Hindi rin sila hindi rin sila mahilig sa rice meal. Most of them ay ganito yung kanilang hilig. Okay. Next, let's go to the 5 A's of tourism. Sorry, nagkadikit lang to, class. So what are the 5 A's of tourism? First is accessibility. Kung sa ibang bansa, isa lang yung flag carrier nila, dito sa US, tatlo. Kasi sobrang laki ng bansa nila and they caters all over the world. So they have Delta Airlines, American Airlines, and United Airlines. Do you still follow? Okay. Next is their different attractions. So one of the famous attraction in the US is the Grand Canyon. So Grand Canyon, class, is a rock formation, different rock formation na merong river along its way. Okay? So this rock formation, class, is known to be in the earth for over 2 billion years. Okay? This is a natural resources, class. And yung mga limestone niya, or yung mga bato ay na-carve. Pinaniniwalaan na ito ay dati daw na dagat na nawala yung tubig until it's ganito na siya. So, na-carve yung mga limestone niya over 230 million years. And there are an estimated 1,000 caves within this Grand Canyon. Sobrang lawak niya. Pero out of 1,000 caves, 1/4 pa lang yung na-explore dito sa Grand Canyon. Ano yung isa sa pinaka kilala dito? Kaya na mas naging top destination tong Grand Canyon. Merong movie um, sa Netflix. I do not know kung nasa Netflix pa siya when I watch it. Yung 72 Hours. Yung 72 Hours, are you familiar with the movie 72 Hours? Have you guys watched it? Not yet. So for those na alam, yung 72 Hours, it is true event movie. So para siyang hiker enthusiast na tinry niya dito na mag-explore sa Grand Canyon. And then naipit siya doon sa dalawang bato dito sa Grand Canyon. Naipit yung kamay niya. I forgot. Tapos ay it took him 3 days or 72 hours bago makaalis doon. Pero ang dami niyang pinagdaanan. So parang gamit yung cutter, unti-unti niyang hinihiwa yung kamay niya para matanggal doon sa pagkakaipit kasi hindi nga matanggal. So Grand Canyon is famous, become famous gawa nung movie na yon. And as I mentioned, um, there are a lot of resources, animals, and species na makikita dito. And one of the species na makikita dito is yung rattlesnake. Okay? So, rattlesnake is one of the venomous snakes in the world. Okay? Saan natin maihahalin tunad ang Grand Canyon sa destinations dito sa Philippines? Mga rock formation? Anyone? Have you been to Ilocos? Sa Ilocos class, yun, meron doon class yung tinatawag nating Kapurpurawan Rock Formation. So, we can mimic the looks of Grand Canyon on that Kapurpurawan Rock Formation sa Ilocos. But, mas malaki tong Grand Canyon. Okay? So, I will show you the looks of it. Okay, so that's the bighorn sheep that you can found in Grand Canyon. And a different species as well. Okay, so allow me to pause on that. Moving forward to our next destination is the Niagara Falls. So, Niagara Falls, class, have 3 waterfalls. So, yung Niagara Falls, pakitandaan, ito ay nakahati. Dalawang country ang may-ari ng Niagara Falls, yung US at saka Canada. So, pinaghahatian nila itong Niagara Falls. Tatlo yung falls dito. Una is yung Horseshoe Falls, tapos American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls. Okay? Yung Horseshoe Falls, tinatawag din siyang Canadian Falls. Why? Kasi ito yung falls na nasa side ng Canada. Okay? And then, American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls is nandun sa side ng Amerika. Okay? Why do you think so? Tinawag na Bridal Veil Falls yung isang falls doon sa Niagara Falls. Anyone? This is, a low-brainer question. Other hands, class, aside from Bernadette. Bridal Veil. Alice. Okay, so as you can see, yung mga bridal veil ng mga bride, okay, para siyang pure white and very smooth and shimmering. Yung Bridal Veil Falls, ganun yung itsura niya. Okay, so again, there are 3 falls, the Horseshoe, American, and Bridal Falls. Pinaniniwalaan na ang Niagara Falls ay 12,000 years old na. Okay? And, ma'am, yun lang po ba yung purpose niya? For tourist attraction, for sightseeing? No. Niagara Falls is one of the resources between USA and Canada na ginagamit as a source of hydroelectric power. When we say hydroelectric power, dahil sobrang lakas nung lagaslas ng tubig ng Niagara Falls, it creates a spike or a current of electricity na kino-convert nila into electrical power na ginagamit for electrical purposes ng household, ng industries ng US and Canada. That's why it really helps them, okay, to navigate all of their amenities and facilities that using electricity. Okay, so they are using this for commercial and industrial purposes. But merong kwento ang Niagara Falls, class. Yung myth niya is si Princess Lelawala. L-E-L-A, wala. Okay? So, si Princess Lelawala ay inalay dito or inihagis sa Niagara Falls para i-offer sa God's Thunder. Okay? Siya yung naging human sacrifice kasi sabi nung God Thunder sa mga Indians, okay, yung mga dating nanirahan sa USA is, if hindi kayo mag-o-offer sa akin ng isang tao or ng isang princess, then the water in this falls will be gone. As I mentioned, ito nga ang source ng kanilang kabuhayan way back 12,000 years ago. That's why yung mga inhabitants ng US way back before, ang kanilang inalay ay si Lelawala. So, inihagis nila si Lelawala dito sa Niagara Falls as the human sacrifice for the God of Thunder. And mula nun, hindi na nawala or naubusan ng water yung Niagara Falls. So, I'll show you the video.
This is power, energy, force. Along the U.S.-Canadian border is one of the most unique destinations in North America, the incomparable Niagara Falls. It's the oldest state park in the United States, and it's where you'll see nature and gravity take its course, with millions of visitors each year getting wet and looking on in astonishment. Comprised of 3 waterfalls, the American, Bridal Veil, and Horseshoe Falls, Niagara Falls State Park stretches more than 400 acres, with close to 140 of those acres submerged underwater. The beauty of the falls is enough to move anyone, and the power of the falls is enough to move anything. 4 of the 5 Great Lakes, Superior, Michigan, Huron, and Erie, drain into the Niagara River before emptying into Lake Ontario in a breathtaking, orchestrated symphony of epic natural proportions. The water's velocity is 32 feet per second, hitting the base of the mighty Horseshoe Falls with an astounding 2,500 tons of force. See why people from around the world come to this part of the country to stand in awe at the cascading thunder that
Alice, are you raising your hand? Okay. So this is Niagara Falls class. Next. We have Statue of Liberty. Okay? Statue of Liberty is a gift of friendship from the people of France to the United States, okay? To recognize their symbol of freedom and democracy. Okay? So, why do you think so babae ang statwa in the Statue of Liberties? Anyone? I want other hands. I want other thoughts. Doctor, why do you think women represent the Statue of Liberty? Doctor, are you there? I just want to why? Yes, loud and clear. Why? Very good. Okay, good. Correct. Thank you very much for giving that perspective. So, wala namang tama at maling sagot, class. I just want you to recite and justify the grades that you are getting to me. Okay, so that if you ask me, ma'am, bakit po ganito yung grade ko? So, madja-justify ko din. Okay, kung bakit ganun yung binigay ko sa inyo. Okay, so, correct, class. Statue of Liberty representing women because of part of the goddesses. Okay, or sa Roman goddesses kasi, meron tinatawag si Libertas. Okay, so si Libertas ay isang Roman goddess and ang nire-represent niya ay freedom. Okay, and ideals. Okay, so that's why Statue of Liberty represent as woman. Okay, because of the goddess Libertas. Okay, so, and aside from gift of friendship ng France sa US as alliance, itong Statue of Liberty ay nagpapakita din ng welcoming aura or welcoming uh, ang tawag dito, ambience sa mga taong pupunta ng United States. Bakit? Kasi there are a lot of immigrants in United States. Dito sa may pinakababa ng Statue of Liberty, may nakalagay na note, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breath free." So, ibig sabihin, lang ha, kung makita yung mga. So, ibig sabihin, class, since, di ba, sa US, there are a lot of domestic helper, there are a lot of OFWs, there are a lot of immigrants that are working and living in the USA. And Statue of Liberty is one of the symbols of US that you are welcome in our country. Okay? Next. Golden Gate Bridge. So, Gate Bridge, class, is acclaimed to be one of the most beautiful bridges in the world. Okay? So, bakit Golden Gate Bridge tinawag siya? Kasi siya ay pinangalan sa Golden Gate Strait. Ito yung dagat. Dito, ang tawag dyan ay Golden Gate Strait. Yan yung entrance papuntang San Francisco Bay na nakaharap or galing sa Pacific Ocean. And pinaniniwalaan, class, na tong bridge na to ay merong mga dark past. Okay? Kasi nung 1930s, hindi pa naman uso yung mga technologies and infrastructures na meron tayo ngayon. Paano kaya naikabit itong bridge na to nasa gitna siya ng dagat. So nung 1930s hindi pa naman uso yung mga safety precautions and safety measures. That's why there are a lot of accidents happened dito sa bridge na to. Unluckily, so unfortunately, there are a lot of people died habang ginagawa yung Golden Gate Bridge. Kasi nga, gumagamit lang sila ng technology or infrastructure before na hindi ganon ka-secured. So, 19 men yung na-save nung ginagamit nilang infrastructure or nung suspension. Pero 11 doon ay unlucky na namatay habang ginagawa yung Golden Bridge.
For hundreds of years, European explorers searched this coastline for California's fabled cities of gold. And yet, the treasure hunters kept missing the entrance to one of the world's finest natural harbors, the Golden Gate. It was hidden for so long because this is what explorers would see: a rocky shoreline, turbulent waters, and no hint of an opening. The bay opens up 3 miles back from the Pacific. Its entrance is only a mile wide, hard to spy from the sea. In fact, it was a land expedition that finally spotted the entrance from nearby hills, 230 years after the first Spanish ship sailed by. A 19th century army captain gave the passage its name, Golden Gate. Today, anyone entering the bay by sea must pass under San Francisco's most iconic structure, the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay, so that's the Golden Gate Bridge. So those are the attractions famous in US. Next is accommodation. So there are a lot of accommodation in US. We have MGM Grand, yung kung saan ginaganap yung laban ni Manny Pacquiao every time nandun sila sa US. So located in Las Vegas. There are also lodges, Airbnbs, condominiums that you can rent. So name it, they have it. Next, we have activities. So there are a lot of activities that you can do in America. I'll show you. those are some of the activities that you can do when you visit USA. Okay, though they have a lot of they also have different natural resources, but most of them they are focusing on nightlife entertainment. Okay, so there are a lot of casinos, restaurants, hotels, theme parks, so on and so forth. If you wish to do your on-the-job training, I believe you have an on-the-job training in US. They are the campus is offering on-the-job training, so you can try if you want. Next is amenities. So there are a lot of amenities in America, as I mentioned, because America is one of the advanced countries in the world. So they have venue, shopping centers, healthcare facilities, event centers, name it, they have it. Okay, so those are the things that you need to understand about America. Let's fly to our next and last destinations for today. None other than we have Canada. What's the capital of Canada? Anyone? Hmm. Wait lang ha. Audrey. Perfect. Ottawa is the capital of Canada. And one of the symbols famous in Canada is, what is this? Yesha. Okay, why do you think maple leaf represents Canada? Okay, so maple leaf is present in the entire Canada. Okay, they have this maple trees, okay, that is essential for maple syrup production. And this production helps the economy of Canada as well. In short, they are mahilig to maple. Okay? So next, ang kanilang um what do you call this tourism tagline is Canada keep exploring. Okay? So, and one of the famous emblem of this tagline is this animal. So, ano tong animal na to, class? This animal is what we call the Odocoileus virginiasus. Okay, hindi nyo kailangan sa uluhin. So, in short, in English, ang tawag sa animal na to is white-tailed deer. Again, white-tailed deer. Do you hear it? Do you follow? Okay, so white-tailed deer class is the most common large mammal, not only in Canada, but in the entire North America. Okay, so it is found through southern Canada. So itong white-tailed deer class is yung kulay niya is reddish brown. Okay? And kapag summer naman, grayish brown. Kapag summer, medyo reddish brown yung kulay ng balat niya. Kapag winter, grayish brown naman yung kulay. Kapag lalaki class, mas nag-grow yung kanilang sungay or mas massive, mas bigger. Okay? And it grows each year. Okay? But, ma'am, ano pong kinakain nila? Are they eating people? Are they eating animals? So, no. Malaki sila. Okay? They have a big sungay, but they are herbivores. So, pag sinabi nating herbivores, they are feeding leaves, fruits, vegetations, and other grasses. And mind you, even though they are land animals, they are a good swimmers. Okay? They are fond of swimming in large streams and lakes. Bakit? Why do you think so, class? Bakit sila magaling lumangoy and bakit mahilig silang nasa lakes, naliligo sa lakes and sa large streams? kahit land animal sila. Nan, may I call on Muyula? Why do you think so? Any guess? Perfect. Good. So you get the correct answer, class. One of the reason why white-tailed deer is a good swimmers and they fond of swimming in the streams is to escape predators. Okay, yung mga kalaban nila, herbivore sila eh, hindi naman sila into fighting. Okay? And in order for them to survive, they want to stay all the time in water because ang sa water, ang mostly kalaban lang naman nila ay crocodiles. Okay, but in part of Canada, wala namang masyadong ganun dun. So, most of their predators are inland. That's why they are always staying in water. And mind you, their jumping ability class, they be able to jump 8 feet tall fences. Yung mga ganong kataas na bakod, yung 8 feet. Imagine the 8 feet. Yung 6-footer pa lang, ang taas na. What more pa yung 8-footer. So, they can jump as high as that fences. When sa speed naman, sobrang bilis din nila tumakbo. 30 miles per hour yung kanilang kayang takbuhin. And mind you, meron silang scent glands. Kung tayo, may malakas yung pang-amoy natin, mas malakas yung pang-amoy nila. Why? Every time they are scenting or sensing the place, minamarkahan nila yon na teritoryo nila. And that marka, ang kanilang means of communication dun sa mga other deer or white-tailed deer. So that's how white-tailed deer is known in Canada. Next, here's the video.
Okay, one-sided buck's coming down. That's a good shot right of him right there walking in. Tim said he saw that one-sided buck yesterday. What a cool looking deer that is. I like that.
Okay. Let's move. Next is history of Canada. So, Canada dates back over 12,000 years. So, ang unang European explorer ay pinangunahan ni John Cabot. So, sino si John Cabot? Ito siya. To, this one, yung may white mustache. And then later naman, si Jacques Cartier yung sumunod na nag-explore sa part ng Canada because he represent Britain and France. So these are the two notable people who explored Canada. Next. Okay, so government of Canada, katulad natin class, federal system din sila, democratic country. They elect their cabinets in the government. Ang tawag sa atin, president, pero sa kanila ang tawag prime minister. So their prime minister is him, none other than John Trudeau. Okay? So, si John Trudeau class ay kilala in a different strong advocacy. So, he advocate feminism and abortion rights. So, um, pro-abortion rights siya. And inintroduce niya din yung right to medically assisted dying. Pag sinabi nating medically assisted dying, minsan kasi there are patient na comatose na or brain dead. Okay? So, but there are families na hindi mo talaga ma-let go. Okay? Because you think that they are still having the capacity to live. But in Canada, so si John Trudeau, ina-advocate niya yung medically assisted dying. Kapag nakita na brain dead na or hindi na talaga kayang mag-function normally, so yun, merong gamot na pwedeng ilagay para ano yun, I'm losing my word, malagutan ng hininga peacefully. Okay? Yung katumbas nito sa Japan class is yung euthanasia, yung mercy killings, yung peaceful killings. Okay? Next. People of Canada class. So, these are the Métis. Ito yung Métis, itong black and white. Okay? And Inuit, ito namang color brown. Sila yung mga unang tao na nanirahan sa Canada. Culture and tradition of Canada. Indigenous traditions, they are fond of powwows, totem poles, and Inuit throat singing. Ma'am, ano po yung powwows? Yung powwows ay social gathering or celebration ng mga native Canadian to honor their traditions. In short, parang their festivals. Okay? Ma'am, ano naman po yung totem poles? Yung totem poles class is para siyang mga kahoy na may curve na mga symbolic features. Like, it represents their kinship or yung mga ninuno nila. Doon nila inuukit yung mga naging buhay ng mga ninuno nila, ng mga angkan nila, ng mga family nila way back before. And it is also looks of membership, a clan membership. So, doon nila inuukit sa totem poles. Next is yung Inuit throat singing, other called as katajak. Okay, katajak is kinakanta siya ng dalawang babae. Okay? Usually, kinakanta siya ng dalawang babae, pero yung kanta nila is para talaga mapatulog yung mga babies or song siya for babies. Okay? Yes, Bernadette. Okay. Yes. Correct. Very good. Thank you very much for adding that and sharing your insights about Inuit truth singing. So, tama yung sinabi ni Bernadette. Deep connection talaga siya, yung kanta na yun. Kasi nga, mother and baby. Alam naman natin that yung mother and baby have a deep connection with each other. Kasi nga, babies came from the womb of the mother. So, that's why Inuit throat singing, meron talaga siyang deep connection when it comes to singing to babies. Okay, so I'm going to show you a video. Ito yung powwows.
It's summertime in Turtle Island, so you know what that means. It's powwow season. But what is a powwow?
They're social gatherings where everyone's invited to dance, sing, and celebrate Indigenous culture. There are two types of powwows: traditional and competition.
Traditional powwows are usually smaller. They have teachings, ceremonies, and a feast.
People from all over the country take part in competition powwows. Top cash prizes are given to the best dancers, drummers, and drum groups. They typically follow the powwow trail and attend as many powwows as they can throughout the summer.
Dances and songs differ depending on the powwow's location, and each dance style and song has a different meaning.
Fancy shawl dancers mimic butterflies emerging from a cocoon.
Okay. So that's powwow. Ito naman yung totem poles.
In the Pacific Northwest, memories and ties that bind are embodied in one of Native America's most iconic structures, totem poles. Like wampum belts, totem poles record the history of war, kinship, and leaders. But totem poles are often misunderstood.
You know, the saying low man on a totem pole doesn't really equate at all. They're just about all as equally as important as the next guy, and you know.
So that's
the guy
totem
on the
poles. And this is Inuit throat singing. So two females.
Mine's black. Starts with black and it has more green.
My name is Karen Kettler, and I'm an Inuit throat singer and drum dancer.
My name is Kathy Kettler, and I'm an Inuit throat singer and drum dancer.
Is that hard enough?
Yeah, that's good.
We are in Anchorage, Alaska. We are here to perform at the Circumpolar Music Festival at the Alaska Native Heritage Center. This music festival is an opportunity for groups from around the circumpolar region to come and share their music. And we're really honored to be amongst the people that are here.
The sounds that we're going to be making is you have to make sure that you're breathing out as much as you're breathing in, or else you might get lightheaded. Inuit throat singing.
Okay, so that's how
competition between
throat singing is. Okay, next is sports in Canada. So what are the sports in Canada? Ice hockey is their national sports. Kasi nga, during winter season, nababalutan ng yelo. Malalaking tipak ng yelo ang buong Canada. Okay, next. Food. So, yung cuisines nila, meron sila yung poutine. Ito yung poutine class. Fries with cheese curds and gravy. Okay, so ito yun. Parang dito lang din sa atin. And then, meron din sila nitong Nanaimo bars. Ito yung Nanaimo bars. When you go to Starbucks, meron doon yung bago silang ino-offer, yung maliit na color. May green, may matcha sa gitna. So, parang ganun yung Nanaimo bars. Okay, next. 5 A's of tourism. First is accessibility. So they have Air Canada as their flag carrier. Next is Banff National Park. So Banff National Park was the 3rd national park in the world, and it was the first national park in Canada. So pinangalanan na Banff ito kasi kinuha doon sa dalawang Scottishman na Canadian ng Pacific Railway Director si Banff Shire. So most probably sila yung what you call this, nag-handle nitong management ng national park. And dito sa Banff National Park, there are a lot of species that you can see and wonders. Okay, kulay sky blue yung water niya. And nagiging white naman siya during winter kasi nga dun sa mga malalaking tipak ng glacier. So let's travel to Banff National Park.
Welcome to this complete Banff National Park guide. Sit back and relax as we journey through Canada's oldest national park. Nestled in the heart of the Canadian Rockies in Alberta, Banff is a testament to the awe-inspiring power of nature. Its history dates back to the late 19th century, and it's home to a stunning array of landscapes from towering peaks to serene lakes and an incredible diversity of wildlife. So, buckle up as we explore 10 must-see attractions in Banff National Park. First on our list is the iconic Lake Louise, a turquoise gem nestled in the heart of the park. This pristine lake with its mesmerizing hue is not just a sight for sore eyes, but a playground for adventure seekers. Picture yourself gently paddling a canoe across the glassy surface, the only ripple.
So that's Banff National Park. Next is we have the Old Quebec. Okay, so Old Quebec class is designated as the World UNESCO Heritage Site. So Old Quebec is the most intact fortified town in north of Mexico. So for over 400 years, nandito na yung Old Quebec. So saan ba kinuha yung name na Quebec? So galing siya sa word na Algonquin, ibig sabihin narrow passage or straight. Ibig sabihin yung mga daanan kasi dito ay makikipot or maliliit. Okay? So that's why Old Quebec yung tawag natin sa kanya. What is the attraction in the Philippines that is resemblance to Old Quebec? Ano yung maihahalin tulad natin? Olis. Very good. Intramuros is same with Old Quebec. Other. Up north. Cheska. Okay, so the walled city of Vigan or yung tinatawag nating Calle Crisologo. So Calle Crisologo is the same as Old Quebec. Pag pumunta kayo dun sa Old Quebec, para kayong ang pinakakatulad niya is yung walled city of Vigan, Calle Crisologo. Pag pumunta kasi kayo dun sa Calle Crisologo, maliliit lang din yung daanan or yung mga iskinita. Tapos yung mga architecture or structure ng mga buildings doon or facilities doon is luma. Same with Old Quebec or Quebec. Here is the video. Okay, so that's all Quebec. And last but not the least in our attraction is the Northern Lights. So Northern Lights is also known as Aurora Borealis. Okay, it is a natural light display in Earth skies. Okay, particularly visible in high latitude region. Ito yung mga umiilaw sa kalangitan. So saan ba galing yung Aurora Borealis or yung Northern Lights? So it is a very magnificent view in Canada. Okay, so this is one of the destinations that I would like to go sooner or later. Okay, so yung Northern Lights class is a natural at interaction siya ng Earth's magnetic field. May mga particles kasi na kapag nagtatama or nagbabanggaan is nagke-create ng discharge ng charge or ng discharge like electricity. And yun yung nagiging sanhe nitong Aurora Borealis. So there are many colors yung nafo-form. There are green, pink, yellow, red, blue, and violet. Best time to see yung Aurora Borealis is during the winter months from August to April and kapag October to November. So magnificent to see, magnificent to view, very natural. Mapapa-ask ka, how does that happen? Okay, our creator is really good in creating natural resources on Earth. However, class, may interference or may nagke-create yung solar activity nito ay nakaka-interfere sa communications or sa technology na malapit doon sa place. Minsan may interruption when it comes to radio signals. Okay, yung mga satellites, yung mga electronic equipment nawawala ng signals, okay, or nagbabuffer kasi nga may electromagnetic field doon sa kalawakan. That's why nabubuo itong Aurora Borealis. Anyone who wants to share about his or her thoughts about Northern Lights? Baka meron kayong alam na idea aside from that. Yes, siya? Yeah. Thank you for asking that question. Good question. Yes, most of us akala natin is nandun lang siya sa mga Norway, Switzerland, ano pa ba? Antarctica, sa mga ganon na sobrang malalamig. However, Northern Lights must also be present to countries that have high electromagnetic field. Okay? So kapag merong high electromagnetic field, ibig sabihin may presence ng mataas content ng electrons at saka protons kapag yun ay nag-combine. So meron pa ring Northern Lights. But mas marami siya doon sa mga Scandinavian countries kasi ibig sabihin mas mataas yung electromagnetic fields doon sa countries na yun. Okay? So here's the example or the actual video of Aurora Borealis in Canada. Actually, you can do this glamping in Canada just to watch this phenomenon. Diba? So it's really magnificent to watch. Next is accommodation. So there are a lot of accommodation to choose in Canada from Airbnbs, lodges, so on and so forth. Cyrene? Borealis. No. So, good question. So, hindi siya nangyayari every day. So, it only happened during the peak season and the winter season kung saan mataas yung electricity or electronic magnetic field doon sa location ng Aurora Borealis. So, doon lang magkakaroon ng glamping site, but not all the time. And hindi rin siya all days kasi yung Aurora Borealis, even though may mataas na magnetic field during peak season and winter season, ay kailangan mo siya, sabi nga, merong myth, okay, na kapag during your day or during your stay doon at na-tsempuhan mo na nakita mo yung Aurora Borealis, according to the myth, okay, myth, ibig sabihin hindi napapatunayang totoo. Okay, pinaniniwalaan lang na if you wish 3 times, kapag nakita mo yung aurora borealis, all of your wishes will come true. Okay? So, that's the myth. But, hindi siya laging nandun. Good question. Did I answer your question? Okay. Next. Activities that you can do in Canada, there are a lot. Okay, you can visit heritage sites, sightseeing, water activities, aurora borealis watching, so on and so forth. And here are some of the activities that you can do there.
Question: who are we? What makes Canada Canada? As a country, we're pretty hard to sum up. And not just because we're really, really, really big, but because we're home to people like this, and this, and also this guy. Seriously, look at this guy. Does he need help? But there's one thing we have in common with each other and with the land we call home. We are open. Not just open for business. No, we are open for business. And not just open to visitors. I mean, we are, but it's more than that. We are open as a people, open as a way of life. In Canada, we celebrate wide open spaces. We embrace new ideas. We welcome our neighbors in more than one language, like this one and this one. We open our hearts to anyone who comes.
Okay, so that's some of the activities that we can do. And last but not the least, amenities of Canada. So Canada offers a world-class restaurants, okay, shopping centers, medical facilities, and adventure tourism services. There are a lot of things that you can do and avail in Canada, whatever you want. Okay, so there are a lot of amenities. And that's the end of our discussion. Can you guys open your cameras, please? All right, so let's proceed with our riddle. Are you guys ready? Can I have a reaction, please? I'm going to only honor those students who are going to open their cameras, ha? Kasi I'm going to review this recording after we finish this class. Ready? Reaction, please. Are you guys ready? Okay. So, wait lang. Nasaan ba? Hold on.